Well, good evening, private practice success community. It is Gerda here, and welcome to the 90-day vlog challenge. Now, let's be honest. Tell me who of you have been starting to think that Gerda has forgotten to do her daily vlog, because I have probably only in the last 60 days only once or twice did an evening one, and today is one of those days that I'm doing an evening one. Okay. I have been extremely busy, and most of that busyness has been getting ready for the big masterclass weekend workshop coming up this weekend here in Brisbane. This is my biggest masterclass yet. I am very fortunate that I'm going to have my principal psychologist, Frankie, whom herself has attended my masterclass twice already and who runs my 2 practices, there on the weekend to help me and to assist and support me. But I'm just so looking forward to it. Yes, and this is what you do when you're very cool. You just drink from the kids' bathroom club cup when you're thirsty. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining. Glad to see you on here. I'm thinking I might actually get a few people on that I normally don't have on, seeing that I'm here in the evening. So today, of course, is day number 61. Can you believe it? Of the 90-day vlog challenge. So today I want to talk to you about claiming who you are. So how did I get to this topic? You know, that's one of the things people ask me consistently is, Gerda, how do you come up with all these topics that you talk about day in and day out? Amy says, hi. Hey, Amy. Well, it's actually pretty easy. I just go about my day and then I think of what is it that I've been reflecting on in my own practice, and especially what has been happening with my clients, especially my high-level premium clients, but also what's the questions that my private practice success community members in my Facebook group is asking me, you know, what's the stuff that's relevant for them, that type of thing. And over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of masterclass consults in preparation for this weekend coming up. I've also been working with 10 practice owners that's currently doing my online marketing program. And both of these programs require the practice owner to complete an assessment form that they send through to me. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you and Amy on here tonight. Tonight, you guys get to watch me. I normally check in and do Michelle's vlogs and like them and give her lots of love hearts because it's just amazing. Yes, so as part of that assessment process, one of the questions that I ask is, what makes your practice different from other practices? And a lot of times practice owners find it really hard to verbalize what it is that makes them different from the practice, you know, in the building upstairs or the practice down the road, or, you know, anybody else that might be in their same geographical location. And then I would ask, you know, why should a doctor refer a client to you and not to the other practice or not to the other clinician? Or why should your current clients recommend you instead of somebody else? And people really find it hard. And then when they try and unpack that, sometimes they will go to that stock standard stuff about, you know, we're good at building rapport, we're good at our clinical work. And then I normally go, well, you know, everybody should be good at that stuff. You shouldn't be in private practice if you can't do those basic things. So in terms of a marketing perspective, for these guys that's doing the online marketing program, that's doing the master class, they really need to step it up a level. And sometimes that really requires you to, you know, unpack that surface level stuff of what you think you do and what it is that makes you different. And then you're going to hit a roadblock, you're going to hit a wall, and you're going to get annoyed, you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to go, I don't know. But as clinicians, we know, especially when we do therapeutic work, because this happens in therapy as well, we know that when you hit that roadblock, that the answer is right around the corner. corner. So although there's this temptation of avoiding or just stopping and going, I've had enough, that's it, I don't know, and walking out, what we need to do is just sit with that and sit through it, and then really start to unpack what it is that makes us different from other people. So this is where the title for tonight comes in terms of really claiming who you are and what makes you different. Now, of course, we know as allied health professionals, hi Sulaima, thank you for joining. So we do know as allied health professionals, that is registered under AHPRA, we cannot say that I'm just like the best at what I do or that I'm better than someone else. Okay, so you need to be really careful in how you claim it, but you can still say what it is that you do really well. Okay, Salima gives us a thumbs up. Awesome. So, and the way that you phrase that can be a very short phrase or it can be a bit of a longer phrase. So let's say for my practice, the psych professionals, we've got a tagline that really talks about why it is that I initially started the practice. So I've had that tagline since the early days, because for me, the tagline tells me why it is that I decided to enroll for my bachelor's of psychology all those many years ago. And that was really to make a difference in people's lives and help them live the life that they deserve. Okay, so the tagline at the Psych Professionals is that we help you live the life you deserve. So that tagline is really there to talk to people and to resonate with them in terms of that is what we do. Yes, we do CBT. Yes, we do couples counseling and all those type of stuff. But ultimately, the outcome that you get when you come to us is that you get to live the life you deserve. And then you can really start to elaborate on, what makes your practice different in terms of getting to that outcome. Whether that is the way that you work, whether that's the way that you collaborate with other health professionals, with the GPs, psychiatrists, whomever's involved in the person's care. You really want to unpack that in terms of what do we do, and let's claim that, because we are really awesome at that, and put that together in a tagline. But even if you don't want to make it an official tagline, in terms of the way that you talk to people about what your practice is all about, I would use it as a sign off when you do maybe Facebook posts or blog posts, especially blog posts. It might be look a bit odd if you do a very short Facebook page and have like a sign off like that. It will be much better when it's a longer version of a blog post, for example. If you're doing a vlog like this, you can have a nice sign off, but really start to think, what is those 3-4 things that really sets your practice apart in terms of why should clients come to you for help and not the practice around the corner. Hi Daniel, thank you for joining. I've got some comments here. Michelle says, totally agree that it is hard to have the confidence to say how your practice is different. I so agree with that, Michelle. It is hard. And I think, I don't know, I'm just talking for myself here. As a psychologist, as a psych myself, I always think if I'm too confident in terms of what I do, maybe other psychologists are going to judge me for being overly confident, or they're going to go, I see traits of narcissistic personality disorder. I see traits of histrionic personality disorder. You always want to be the center of attention. So that's why you're going on a rant about this thing that you don't like, Gerda. Or that's why you think that you're the best and, nobody else gets close to you. And I think we hold ourselves back because we fear that. And if you think about it, a lot of the times that's people that, don't even know us from a bar of soap, that don't know who we are. And we are so fearful of what they're going to do and what they're going to say, basically. They're not going to do anything other than maybe place judgment on us, and that says a lot more about them than it says about you. And it's probably because you might be a threat to them if you're actually owning who you are and what you do well. Okay, I'm glad I'm making you smile, Michelle. So Amy said it's hard to realize that what we are doing is actually different to what others are doing. That's because, Amy, and I've said this before, it's because you've just got such a level of excellence in your practice. Amy says, I only realized this when engaging regularly with other practice owners, and they helped me to hold up the mirror and see how Facebook won't let me read anymore on my phone. But I completely agree, and it's because you've got that high level of excellence, and you're so used to this is how I work. You expect other people to work in exactly the same way, and often they don't. So let me set an example, okay, in terms of what it is that I will claim for myself. Now, I'm not going to do this as a practice owner because I don't really work as a practice owner anymore. I might challenge Frankie, if she's watching this, to have a go at this. I don't think she has joined us yet. But let's say for me, in my role as private practice success and what I do here, what I would claim is that I am the leading private practice business coach and mentor for allied health professionals in Australia. Okay, now it feels a bit odd saying that sitting here in my t-shirt and my slacks on the floor in my bedroom. Okay, I was hiding from the kids, but they've now opened the door. Luckily, they just came in and they left again. But I'm still owning it and I'm still claiming it because I believe that that is true. Although I can see more and more players coming into this specific area in Australia, I know that none of them have done what I have done, and the evidence is there. And for a long time, I wouldn't have had the guts to say that without being dressed in a nice suit and looking all good and professional. But you know what? Sitting here in my casual clothes, just being myself, that's who I am. And having achieved the stuff that I have achieved in my private practice has allowed me to have this level of freedom, level of flexibility, and just have this confidence that I can do it in this way, that I can say what I think, very respectfully, of course, and that's really, really helped. Amy says, yes, I've read that one. Michelle says, you are definitely leading the field in Australia. Yes. Can you see, though, that it's always a constant working process? I specifically chose the word leading. Okay, I could have said, I am the top private practice business coach and mentor for allied health professionals in Australia. Maybe I need to practice that one more because I guess as a psychologist, always thinking evidence-based, I go, how do you know that's true? But the fact of the matter is, if you believe it, that that's what you're going to do and that's what you're going to be and that's what you already are, what happens naturally is that you tend to live it. You start to step up to the plate and you start to behave and act accordingly. But yes, I didn't say top. I said leading, and I know that I am leading the way and I can say that with confidence. I might still work on the other one. So it is a constant work in progress. So I would challenge you, really think about it, maybe journal on it, start writing it out, and really start to own what it is that you do and what it is that you do well. Says the leading business coach with her cup of water, cup that she borrowed from her 6-year-old. Okay, next step. Once you've done that, I really want you to start thinking of who's those clients that you want to claim for yourself, like claim in a nice way in terms of going, these are the clients that I'm passionate about. These are the clients that I want to help. And if you think about this in traditional marketing terms, that would be like your niche client or your ideal client that you like to work with. And I would encourage you to be really clear on who that is. So again, if I have to think for myself, who is my ideal client? I'm not saying this is the only client I work with, but who is my ideal client as a private practice business coach and mentor? So if I think about that, that is group private practice owners that want to build a financial empire, leave a legacy for their family, all whilst having a continuous ripple effect on the lives that they change on a daily basis within the mental health community. Whether that's the lives of our clients, whether that's the lives of our team, whether that's the lives of students, psychologists, through training, through workshops, that type of thing. That's the type of people that I love to work with. Yes, I love to work with the others as well, but those are the clients that I want to claim for myself as a private practice business coach. So start thinking about who is those clients for you, because what happens when you start to put that out there more and more, what you're going to see is that they're going to naturally start gravitating towards you as well. All right, so let's check if there's any questions. No more questions. Awesome. So you've got some homework after today. So you need to really think, what is a good phrase that I am comfortable with? Or no, let's make that one that you are actually a tad uncomfortable with, because you really want to stretch yourself. Of course, always staying within upper rules, but really going, how can I verbalize to my community, to people I meet about who I am in terms of what I do really well. And if you're a practice owner, that would relate to your practice and your whole team. And then who is those clients that I want to claim for my practice that we want to work with? Because the more confident you are in that message, when you do those GP meet and greets, when you visit schools, when you do networking events, the more easily that work and that clients are going to start flowing to you, because you're going to be talking with confidence and conviction about what you do and how you do it. And nothing builds trust like confidence and conviction. If you're going to be oohing and eyeing about what you do and who you work with, people aren't going to be so sure about you're the right person. So you really want to be sure. You need to be sure, and you want to know how to verbalize that. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Thank you so much for joining me on this evening. Really, really appreciate it. And I'll speak to you all again tomorrow. So remember, as always, all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. Hang on, Michelle says, here goes, I'm continuing. Here goes, I'm great at helping clients move from being critics to coaches so they can achieve their goals. I so love that, Michelle, because each and every one of us has that internal critic. Some of those critics are really good at their job, and you really want to give them the boot and have a coach instead. Naomi says, thanks, Gerda. Awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you this weekend, Naomi, and thank you for sharing that, Michelle. I think that's really, really great, and I so believe that that is exactly what you do. Awesome. So I'll speak to you again all tomorrow. Have a fabulous evening. Bye for now. Oops.